Like you've done something great with Rooted. And Rooted, which is now in the middle of an actual institutional partnership process with Howard, which means MSA under negotiation, security review, all of that and more. So I guess I want to ask you, can you explain Rooted, but then also explain what was harder between building the product or getting the university to say yes to the
Oh,
product?
yeah. Okay, so Rooted is an all-in-one campus live platform. It's actually something you can download on your phone right now. It's information about what's going on around your campus, something that we want to bring to all HBCUs, with things like dining hall information, sports, clubs, just events, for really necessary everyone on campus. And so when creating this application, I would say AI makes things so much easier nowadays.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah. And coming from the engineering background, it was harder to like do the business side. So like negotiating with the school, and then because they have a lot of different stakeholders, it's like 100 and who knows how many years institution. So they have a lot of things already in place and set up and things like that. And then they don't normally buy businesses from students. So it's just like, it's a lot of new things for a lot of the people there. And so I would say was much harder than the actual engineering work because that's just what I love to do.
Yeah.
And then like I always felt like I was really outside my field, especially with like the security things. And then doing a lot of the marketing and promotion as well as like analytics for the app and then doing a lot of the law stuff and things like that too. So for me personally, it was a lot harder to do that. So that's what I'd say.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my brother. Sorry.
Shout out, bro.
Yeah, shout out him. He also went to an HBCU, things like that. Doing
Hey.
the podcast right now. But yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, he's helping me with Rooted too. So he's really working on like the sports section and things like that as well. Because we realize there's not a lot of like representation for HBCU sports, like statistics, things like that. And that's something that we really want to bring into the app as well. So like, I feel like a lot of other sports centers like ESPN, things like that, do cover a lot of news for a lot of other institutions, but not like HBCU conferences. So that's something that we want to do too.
Yeah, nah, I was gonna say, I know like every time like I look up like the score when I see like ANC playing or some of that, I have to go to like HBC, like ESPN like 3 or 4 just to see like I have to go on the actual, like it's like if you look up like if Duke or Alabama or Georgia or somebody in the SEC or like the Big Ten is playing, like that's gonna be the first thing that pops up on Google, like the live score with the score bug, all of that. But if it's an HBCU, you have to actually like do some digging, and it's like I know like the scores are also almost always like behind than the actual score in the actual game. So it's like, it's a ton of like, you can tell it's like not as much like effort into quality and real-time updates as obviously some of the bigger, maybe more profitable leagues. But that's major. So I guess like for just to kind of like follow up on Thomas's question, like for the Rooted stuff. So were you, because you're a co-founder like for that, right? So I guess did your other co-founder, was he like more focused on like some of like the, like I guess like the writing like a ton of like the code and like the back end, front end, like the UI stuff like that? Or how did you guys kind of like split the work up between?
Well, without my co-founder Noah Dayeye, none of this would have been.
I was about to say, shout out, bro. The app is hard.
Yeah, he just graduated from Howard. He was electrical engineering, and he's now going to Johns Hopkins for his PhD in electrical engineering. So he's
y'all try hard, bro.
So he's on a lot of similar timing as me, and I feel like that's what made things work really well. But at the beginning, so we were trying to build this app before AI was really a thing. And so he was going to focus on like the iOS side of coding. I was going to do Android until we learned like we definitely shouldn't be splitting it up. But now we split it up to where he does a lot of the stuff in AWS in the back end. I do a lot of the front end. And then we just try our best to like split marketing and talking to like our university relations and things like that. But yeah, early on, it was like we were really dividing and conquering at least the coding until AI just like made it a lot easier, things like that.
So it's just like y'all two right now, or are you thinking, because I know, you're both about to go into PhD programs, a lot going on with life, I guess.